Ford Mustang 05 to 09 4-liter V6 fuel filter replacement. The fuel filter is located underneath the driver's door. I'm going to zoom you out here. We are underneath the driver's door, just as a frame of reference. There it is. And here's a plastic shroud that you have to get off. The filter is right here. This shroud here is held on with some 10mm bolts. There's one right here. You got a push pin retainer down here, and a 10mm nut here. You just follow it along. There's another 10mm nut right there. And after that, it should pop free. I recommend changing the fuel filter after the car has been sitting overnight so that it releases fuel system pressure on you. There's a 10mm nut loose there. Going after the front 10mm nut now. A little difficult with one hand here. Now I'm going to go after this 10mm bolt back here. I miss having a lift. Okay, so finally there's this push pin retainer, and for that I've got myself a cat claw. You can also use a flathead screwdriver if you have to, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up underneath here and pry that off. And now I should be able to get this off with a bunch of dust and debris in my eyeballs. Oh. All right, got that kind of swung out of the way there, as you can see. And if you look in here, there's a 10mm bolt where I'm touching that you have to take loose. Oh my goodness. There we go. Get that out of the way. Take this one off here. You see that little green thing right there? Push in with it with your fingernail. Wiggle around. You might want to push in towards the filter first just to kind of break the bond and pull back. There you go, it's disconnected. Same exact thing on the back side there, except the release is on the opposite side. So you just push with your fingernail from the top, and that comes out. I'm going to stick that in this bucket over here. Just kidding, I'm going to miss the bucket and spill gas all over the fresh sealant on the driveway. Installation is the reverse of removal. I'm about to drop my camera. Okay. You see where it says flow right there? You want that to point towards the engine. So in other words, like that. Because that's the engine. And now I'm going to slide it into the collar. Slowly, don't break the lines or anything. Probably line it up with this line here as I'm pushing it in so I don't have to bend the line later. Okay. Okay. Just takes a minute here. There we go. Go ahead and get this as far back as I can. It should be flush right here when you're done. Alright, I just needed two hands there. I pushed inward on this line here, and I pushed this way on the filter, and I heard this click on. Let me see if I can demonstrate that click on the other fuel line right here. Once again, it is the exact same design fuel line. On the top here, there's just a little green thing that you push on with your fingernail, and the twist and comes right off. There we go. It pops right on. Tug up, and it doesn't fall like off. There we go. Just a little test there. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get this 10mm bolt back on here that holds this bracket on. All right. First thing you got to do is line up the hole. Then you got to find your bolt again. Start it by hand. I advise against using power tools right here because any kind of spark in the motor can ignite the fuel vapor and you could die. Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and line the panel up here. Another thing you can do is turn the key on and off a few times. Wait 5 seconds before you turn it back on. And that'll leak test the lines, but I'm not going to do that today here. So just line this bolt up with the nut plate first it appears. There we go. Thread it in a few turns so it doesn't fall back out. Come around here, make sure everything else is kind of popped in where it goes. Ow, that hurt a little bit. That's fine. I'm used to it. Next, I'm going to spend 20 minutes figuring out where I put those two 10mm nuts. Here they are. I'm going to fasten that on to this, ouch, to this, did you see that? A nut fell in your face. That's not the first time that happened to you. Make sure you break that off. Beautiful. All right. All right, and make sure you break off your last 10mm bolt here. All right, my issue up here was it was just tight going all the way down because of the rust, and then it just sheared on me. But yeah, I believe the last thing I had going on here was this little retainer. Just find the little hole up there for it. You see right there? Push it on in there. There you go. This ain't going anywhere. It ain't going anywhere. That's better than it could be there. Guys, I sure do hope this video helps. Bird poop. You guys have yourself a great day, and thanks for watching. I do have a Facebook and Discord group. If you own a Ford, which you probably do if you're watching this, then we're here to help in the Facebook and Discord group. Have a good day.